Have you ever stopped and asked yourself, if I truly put God first in my life, how different would my life be? It's not an easy question to face. It demands honesty deep in your soul. It forces you to look within, at what you're still holding on to and what you're afraid to let go of. Putting Him first isn't about adding one more thing to your to-do list. It's about changing the way you live, the way you love, and the way you believe. And when that happens, something miraculous begins. Panic gives way to peace. Heaviness turns to lightness, and true joy starts to take root. When you truly put Him first, the first thing you notice isn't the sound of victory. It's a silence unlike any other. The world stays loud, but inside, there's peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding. You used to think peace came only when things were fixed. Now you see, true peace comes from surrender, not from success. Peace doesn't come after victory. It's the gift God gives to those who yield. And right there, in that surrender, real joy begins to appear. A deep, steady joy received, not manufactured. Gratitude stops being a reaction. It becomes your way of living. Sunrise isn't just morning anymore. It's a reminder. A meal isn't just routine. It's grace. Every breath isn't just existence. It's a gift from heaven. Gratitude doesn't mean denying pain. It means choosing to see Him in the pain. It's an act of faith, to give thanks before the miracle comes. When you practice gratitude, your heart shifts from scarcity to abundance. And right then, peace begins to bloom. When God is at the center, you stop asking, "What am I doing?" and start asking, "Who am I doing this for?" Life stops being a chain of aimless days. It gains direction. It gains meaning. The same job, the same family, the same challenges. But now, the purpose is different. Ambition says, "Mine." Purpose says, "Yours." When you let Him hold the pen, your story becomes whole. Because you no longer need to win, you just need to belong. True strength isn't found in control, but in patience and surrender. When God comes first, your reactions change. From rushing to reflecting, from striving for victory to choosing peace. Patience is faith stretched over time. It's believing that God's timing is perfect, even when it comes later than you hoped. Forgiveness doesn't mean accepting what was wrong. It means refusing to let the past control you. When you release resentment, you find healing. Depending on God's plan isn't weakness, it's worship. You say, "I don't know the plan, but I know the one who made it." Faith stops being negotiation and becomes trust. When you let go, God moves. And you'll realize many of the times He said no was simply leading you toward a greater yes. Worship isn't just a Sunday song. It's a rhythm of life. It's how you work, how you speak, how you love, how you forgive. Every breath, every action can be a song of praise to God. When fear rises, worship brings you back to peace. When pride sneaks in, worship reminds you to be humble. True influence doesn't come from a title or a position, but from a heart that's been transformed. People will sense it in you, the peace, the gentleness, that quiet kind of safety. You don't have to say much, because your life itself becomes the testimony. Real influence comes with responsibility. Everything you do should point others to God, not to yourself. When God is at the center, you love differently. Not love to receive, but love to give. Not love to win, but love to surrender. Forgiveness stops being a reward for the worthy and becomes the reflex of the forgiven. In marriage, it's partnership. not competition. In friendship, it's loyalty, not giving up. In family, it's patience, not judgment. And when that happens, your home becomes a place of worship. When you understand that everything you have belongs to God, the way you give will change. It's no longer, how much do I have to give, but how much can I offer? Giving becomes overflow, not loss. Money, time, compassion, forgiveness, each can be an act of worship. When you give with your whole heart, God multiplies what seems small and turns it into a miracle. Gratitude is the language of the redeemed. When you give thanks, miracles begin to unfold. When you're grateful for the little, God trusts you with more. Gratitude heals the root of comparison and builds contentment. The Lord is my portion. Lord, please reorder the priorities of my heart. Teach me to love what you love and to let go of what doesn't belong to you. Give me a joy not anchored in results, but rooted in obedience. Let every hidden corner of my life be illuminated by your light. When I put you first, I lose nothing. Everything simply falls into place, becoming fuller, with peace, purpose, intimacy, and worship. For when I let go, you hold on. When I trust, you transform. And when I surrender, you make a way.